Tesla. It looks like Tesla's making the news again because Elon Musk just posted to X that the blindingly obvious, and that's a quote, blindingly obvious move for Tesla is to go all in on autonomy while not betting the farm on it. He is putting a major focus on autonomy, full self-driving. That's kind of a move that a lot of people expected. And the second part of that news is Cathie Wood is still loading up on Tesla now that it's fallen a little bit, that stock. And what's interesting is, this comes on the heels of the news that Tesla just cut its global workforce by more than 10%. It looks like they're at least postponing the Model 2, the $25,000, cheaper, more accessible model, to focus on the autonomy and its robotaxi program, which is interesting. I'm glad they're focusing on that, but it's so uncertain with regulatory pressures and everything like that. I would like to see them focus on meeting Cybertruck deliveries because owners are not happy that basically they only released one model of the Cybertruck, and that's the $100,000 version, and that's the version that doesn't have 1,000 horsepower. And so a lot of the Cyber Beast, their fully loaded Cybertruck, a lot of their potential owners that put in orders aren't seeing those fulfilled. And so, it's interesting that they're cutting all these positions, and yet the Cybertruck has so much demand that they're not fulfilling right now. The Model 2 has, I guarantee, so much demand. I don't know why they're putting that off. That doesn't make any sense to me, especially when that's such a big part of analysts' projections, and they're already projecting this Q1 to be really poor. They're projecting the earnings to fall around 40% and sales around 4%, which is not good, and certainly adding some downward pressure. And let's set the record straight, okay? I like Tesla. I would buy shares if the valuation wasn't so freaking high. I mean, come on. A price to earnings of 36 right now compared to the industry average of 6.2, that's 6 times higher than the industry. And I mean, that is just so, it's just too big a disparity to even consider picking up shares. I mean, I like what Cathie Wood's doing, loading up on Tesla, but I think it's just too early. I really think we're going to see that valuation of 36 come down, at least in the short to medium term. I mean, you let me know when the price to earnings is 20, and I would consider picking up shares, because 36 is just so high. And at least 20, and Tesla's still Tesla, right? They're still the talk of the town. They're still, the EV company, and, the most promising, I think. But, like, that valuation, I just can't wrap my head around. So, the stock is trading at 156.17. It's down 60% still from its all-time high of November 2021. But what's also interesting, okay, is if I head over to macrotrends.com, the revenue growth looks great. TTM quarterly, that's all fantastic. It's still trending up. But what's really interesting to me is their year-over-year quarterly growth is starting to decline. If you look at it, it pretty much peaked near mid to late 2021, and it's sitting around it went from 8% last quarter to this quarter 3.4%. Man, that's not great, and I think that's going to invert soon, and I really think that's going to add a lot of downward pressure to the current valuation. So like I said, I don't know if I would follow in Cathie Wood's footsteps just yet, but I mean, man, someone let me know when Tesla gets to a 20 PE, because I would consider loading up then. But until then, it's just the valuation risks is just too high for me. So while we're on the topic, actually, just before we wrap up, let me know how you guys like the format of a more, let's say, like a less structured, kind of more casual approach as opposed to the structured. My channel's still new. I'm still trying to figure out, what the best kind of video is, or at least the most enjoyable for you guys. So let me know if you prefer the more structured approach that I've done up until now. until the last couple of videos anyways, or if you prefer this more casual discussion. I think these discussion ones are a lot easier for me to make, and so I can do them a lot faster, which means I can do more of them. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. I'm still figuring stuff out, so I appreciate the feedback, and I will see you next video.